Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. We are in Diamond City where I've done a couple of things just to pad this settlement out a little bit. The main thing that we are going to start with today is just adding in these last two seeds where we have zucchini here and I think tomatoes here. Once these are planted, that should complete one of the achievements, which is having 18 different types of seeds planted in your settlement. And I think I've done this right. We just need to hope that this works. So that's them done. We need to add one to that and one to that. We are in the middle of a drought though, but there we go. We have done it. We've got the monument to agriculture now. And let's just have a look at what that does. So let's have a quick look. It's in here. And the monument to agriculture. State of health plus 25%. Okay, so that's decent. We could use that in one of our other settlements. But we don't actually need to have these farms now. We've completed that achievement, so we can actually demolish those once we're out of this drought. So looking at what Diamond City currently has, we've got this really nice big residential area where everything's plotted out quite nicely now, and I'm quite happy with how this looks. It's also meaning everybody is within range of a load of different stuff. So obviously here we don't have the school being used, we don't have the cannabis the coffee shop being used, and we don't have the brewery being used yet, but that will come eventually. Now, one thing we need to pay close attention to once we're out of this drought is what we're going to do with this settlement moving forward. I've already started a little scrap collecting facility here to try and get rid of that sort of stuff. We've got this coal mine up and running, and they are producing enough coal to keep the settlement afloat. But we need to think about where we're going to start placing things in the future. One thing we could do that I haven't yet done is put a market in here. Now, all 8 buildings get the market area there, so this could be useful. And then also over here. So let's put the market in there. I don't even actually know if it's going to do anything because it actually just takes the place of your town centre, but I figure if it's going to boost the happiness rating and the confidence of this settlement, we might as well try and max it out as best we can. So we don't have any protective clothing being made here in Diamond City. That is going to be my next step. So before we actually do that, let's see if we've got anything loaded into any of our vehicles that we can drop off. We can get rid of quite a lot of stuff here. And just making sure that we're starting on the front foot, getting rid of anything. There we go. We got gas masks in there, so that's decent. We can drop off a load of scrap as well. Just basically emptying everything ready. We did finish all of our tasks, and we've cleared out everything now, basically. So all of the maps are, gone. We don't have anything to get in terms of resources, and then we just need, what have we got here? So they want some carbon masks as well, so actually we can take some from this settlement. We've got quite a few there. We didn't get that many. Oh, it's completed. Great. We do have a trade route that goes to and from. So we can actually take everybody here. We're going to send them all. We'll keep them all here. Yeah, we'll keep them at Diamond City for now. So there's about 2.5 minutes left on the drought. I'm pretty confident we'll see through that. And then we can start working towards building this up. Now, the first thing we need to do is rearrange the plantations. So we will actually demolish all of the farms. But now, that includes getting rid of any water collectors and stuff. And then the food depot, we get rid of that. We'll also get rid of the upgraded farms here. Then we do need some bricks, so we're going to send this nomad back to Newtown. We are out of the drought, so we can start planning out some farms. Right, we're going to pause, because the first thing we're going to do is we are actually going to have some farms. Now, they're going to produce a lot of food. It's going to be very useful for us, and it will also remove the number of, people that I'm putting into creating and generating food. Now, I don't really want them in the fertile ground. I would rather have them on the outskirts. So we'll put one farm here, like I did have there on the corner, and then we'll put another one. I guess we can put one next to it. But what I will do is we'll put in a depot. We'll put in an upgraded food depot here. Then we'll put another one there and another one here. Then we'll stick a little road in that comes down to here. and another one that goes out there. And we can then put in a rain collector. We'll put the rain collector, let's put it here. And then we're going to need a depot for that. So we'll put a water tower on the corner right there. And that will allow me to put in another rain collector there. Then we can put in another farm there. Nice. I'm then going to add in just another gravel path that goes to here. We can demolish that water tower. And then this will go there. And finally, we'll just demolish these roads that I've just put in. Don't really need them. I'll put some decorative items there. That's fine. So we've got 2 upgraded farms about to be built. We've got our upgraded food depots to be built. And then over here, I think, have we made it back to our settlement? No, we're not quite there yet. The vehicle is coming over though. So we're going to bring in a load of bricks as soon as we have the opportunity to exchange. There we go. Right, where are they? There we go. We've got loads of bricks, so it's not going to be a problem. Having like that massive stock of raw materials has been very useful. Newtown, you know, it has been a slow and steady journey to get to where we are, but now we know that we can supply every settlement we have with whatever they need, and construction is never an issue now, so we can build this entire area out, which is brilliant. Perfect. Then we will just make sure that the work area is set properly, so we want them to come over to here, and we want these guys to come over to here. We've got some empty work areas. It is the lumberjack lodge that's in this area, so we can start clearing that out. We've got a lot of fertile ground here, so we're going to be able to do quite a bit of farming. I'm going to change the seed. We're going to go with the I think it's watermelon is the best seed in the game. Yes, watermelon certainly is. Good. Right, we'll get rid of the residual areas here, then we'll run up a nice little patch of farmland there. That takes us to 87. And that takes us to 100. And then we've got another farm here, which again, we will change our seed. This one will go lupine, and I think that's pretty good. Then we will go down here, just filling in these little bits again. And then we'll come to here. That's 92. And then going back like that, that's 100. Great, because then I can actually put a little gravel path coming out here, and we can stick another farm just on the end of that, or a plantation. So I'm going to go with a plantation. So we want raw materials, we want an upgraded plantation. It's not ideal having to put it there because it gets rid of some of the fertile land that I have got. And then logistically, we're going to need a material depot so that it's in the vicinity. We can put one here, and it does cover. Yeah, that'll do. Then we're going to keep that as fiber, and we're going to come up to here, and we're going to fill in the back of the building, and then going up again takes us to 96, and then 100. Great. Then we can put some people to work, and again, more people going to work in the plantation, and another group going in here. So that gets our food up to 424 per minute. Water has taken a hit, but all we need to do is go up to our water towers or jetties here and just add in a maximum number of people. Now the nihilists are on their way to Riverview, which is unfortunate because I've just pulled my entire convoy back to here. So we'll send them all the way back to Riverview, and then looking over here again. Right, so this is good. We have a decent start here now. We're starting to build things out. And farms there. We've got the plantation in. We've planted our fibers. And then we need to create some... what do we need? We need trades and crafts, don't we? Yes, so we're going to have to mark out an area where we can start, I think here. Now, if we look over here with this scrapyard, we can see that there's only 249 units of scrap left in this little area. So that might be where we can start putting in our plantation stuff. We've got 128 citizens, 128 workers ready for action. Once that scrap is gone, it's not going to take us long to get rid of that. We can then start our focus over there. And the Lumberjack Lodge has run out of trees. So again, we might have to look further afield here. We can go here. So let's do that. We'll cut down this stuff around the exterior of the settlement for now. And then we've got a school that is in need of a teacher. So we'll put the teacher in. And now we can start looking at plantations for hops and cannabis, which we will then use as a trade material and to keep our settlers happy. So looking out here at the plantations, we do need at least 3 more plantations. And then we can start, right, that scrap is gone, I think. Tiniest little bit left. That won't take long. Then once that's gone, we can start looking at how we're going to use this area. Now, one thing I do want to do is build a community building, and it is the Lighthouse Foundation. Now, I am going to put that right here or here. Let's go there. Yes, that works. So the lighthouse, I don't even know what it does. I think it's just a massive, just a big thing, really. Whoop, loud. And we build this in stages, but it is a big achievement for completing it. So that's the nihilists gone. That should give us some more stuff to loot, which is excellent. I think we might be full, though. Might not be able to take any more on. Don't think I've got space. There we go. Right, we can take some from here. And then I wonder if we can actually just put some of this in Riverview for now. Nope. We can drop some of these things off, surely. I just think we might as well take these things at this loot because we can trade it. We've got a few achievements that we can very easily do, including like getting... I mean, one of them is to settle in every zone, which we are going to do in a couple of episodes' time when we move to a brand new settlement again. Now, that scrapyard has finished its job. We're going to get rid of this area here. Then we're going to move all of this stuff to a new part of the zone so it's out of the way. And this can all be converted into useful farmland. So actually, what we could do is we could start by getting rid of the Lumberjack Lodge there. But if we do that, we then lose the efficiency bonus of our tool production, which we can't really have right now. We need that tool production because it's keeping the settlement ticking over. We are at like an excess of coal at the moment, so we're going to put a few more people working in the coal mine. We also need to get some tools. So let's have a look. Are we able to get some tools here? Have we got some in storage? We do. We have 82. We needed 50. So we're then going to send this vehicle back over to Diamond City. And we're going to build the first tier of our lighthouse, which requires quite a significant number of materials, but we do have them. I mean, it has been great that Diamond City was abandoned effectively, because it's given me an opportunity to do this. Now, we don't have any radiation protection here, so we're going to have to go back through here. We're going to get that. We're going to drop it off, and that's going to help Diamond City get through any sort of radiation issues. We're going to drop off those tools. Then we will build the first tier of the lighthouse. Excellent. I assume it's just a massive beacon, but, you know, having it here in Diamond City is probably the best thing for us because it is going to be the center of my empire, shall we say. What have we got here then? We've got not much scrap left there either, so this is going to be done. We can move the scrap somewhere else, probably up here where the coal mine is. We've got quite a bit here that we can get rid of. We've got a big building there. So I think we should be okay soon enough. Once that's gone, we can reassess. But let's put in some plantations. So we want an upgraded plantation here. I think we're going to have it a little bit further away from the rest of the settlement, though, so that it doesn't interfere too much with my settlers. So we put 3 plantations in there. And it's going to be for 1 of each resource. So we currently have the fiber production there. Let's see if we can put some weaving mills in. So if we look at trades and crafts, the expanded weaving mill needs water and fiber. We have water and fiber there, so we could, we're out of range there, still out of range. We come back into range there, obviously, because that's where the fiber is. I don't think we should have weaving there. I think that should just be, let's change this then. We'll change that seed to cannabis, because the where is it, the coffee shop, I don't think needs to be near anything. So where is it? Where's that coffee shop? There. Yes, it doesn't need to be actually near a plantation, so we can start producing that there. That's fine, that's good. Then we want to have, we're going to change the seed here to hops. We're going to change this seed to, we leave that as fiber, and we leave that as fiber, and this will be where we start putting in our production of other stuff. I reckon, though, we demolish these. We have the road continue on here, and that's where we put most of the production, and the farms can go on that side. So scrapyard is done. We can demolish that. We can demolish the upgraded workshop and these material depots. Don't actually need them now. And we can get rid of the lumberjack lodge, and lastly the recycler. And my first step really is going to be moving that. Okay, so we've got the road demolished. We've got a new plantation here that's going to be producing hops, so we can grow our hops down here. That does take it up to 100, so I reckon we'll just demolish that and rebuild it, and we'll rebuild it one along. So there. Might as well make the most of the space. So we'll speed up until it's demolished, and we'll build it anew. And the lighthouse has started. I think it was there. Yes, it was. Good, right. What's the next phase of the lighthouse needed? What do I need to do for that? I need to actually unlock the second part? Guess I do. Okay, right. That's interesting. So we have the monument to restoration, which reduces settler consumption of everything. So that is there. And the monument to agriculture as well, we could place here, but I think that is actually going to go over here in Malays, because the health here is not good. We are out of water in a few locations. Wow, Medici has had something gone wrong there, definitely. We're out of power there. The jetty. There's no tools. Oh, God. Right, okay. So our jetty has stopped working because we don't have any tools. We don't have any water. Right, let's put a load of water in here and then some iron tools. And then we'll aim to go and drop them off here. And then we will have to get a new trade route up and running. I'm going to send the convoy to, I reckon they're going to go over here. Medici is out of water and the dead are starting to pile up. This is really bad. We've got so many things that need repairing here. I just haven't paid attention to this. Right, we can drop everything off there. Then we're going to need to go back here and grab them. Right. Okay. Right. Yes, we are in a bit of bother here. I think, right, they've made it through the drought, so that's okay. We just need to get these buildings repaired. We've got the connector. What does that need? That needs a transformer. And we've also got the relay station, which also needs a transformer. It's just the connector and the relay station right now. Newtown needs... The jetty needs to be repaired. Yeah, all of the jetties. So I think we need to... Looks like she's got through. Okay, right, it's action stations. What vehicles have we got that can just pick that up? Because that's quite a useful weapon. Yes, good. They're not going to get past the turrets, so we're okay. Right. Okay, so the original plan was to push on where we are, but we are actually in urgent need of repairing quite a few of our settlements. So we know we need iron tools, and we know Iron Wall has an absolute ton of iron tools at this moment in time. So we'll slow things down a second. Now here is where we wanted to produce hemp, cannabis, whatever we're going to call it. So we'll put in a nice row there. That takes us up to 100. That is done. Now we can put people to work there. They will start producing stuff for the coffee shop, and that'll get done quite nicely. Oh wait, no, it's hops I want in this one, so we'll change that to hops. Then we want our brewery up and running, and I think the brewery is there, and it needs water and hops. So again, that doesn't bring us close. That does bring us close to water, so we can put that in there, and then we'll draw another road going up to it. Is there a depot in the vicinity as well? I don't think so. That's a food depot. There's a material depot there. Yes, the material depot is there. Good, right. There is a depot in the vicinity there as well, and a road link to the town centre. Perfect. Okay, so next thing we need to do is add in another plantation. So this one fits in quite nicely there. And this will contain, we might as well just go for hemp again and boost our hemp production quite high, because the hemp is something that we can trade quite freely. Over here, right, let's get a stack of tools. We'll also bring in all of the transformers and then a stack of tools. Right, so we want to send some tools to each settlement. So we're going to give some to Diamond City, so it's 50. Yeah, we could probably do with another vehicle heading off and getting some more tools. So we're going to go back here. We want to just repair all of the damaged buildings that we've got. We've got some destroyed buildings in the wasteland, so let's find my pioneer. We'll bring that down to there. Get that done. Now my vehicle should be arriving pretty soon. There it is. So we'll drop off 50 of those tools. Then we're going to go over to Riverview. We're going to drop off another 50 there. Actually, they're fine. They've got 32 tools, so that's okay. There's 52 there. And there won't be any here, so that's what we need to go to next. Then, right, okay, how are we getting on here? We've got the brewery up and running, so that's good. And then we've got another plantation here. So again, we'll change our seed to cannabis and start planting again. That's 100. Excellent. Right, so we're starting to grow quite a bit there. That's good. Then we want the road to kind of come all the way out here, and it needs to link along there. Then we should be able to put things like the carbon masks and all of that sort of stuff in this location. Looking at that, it's not really going to loop around, unfortunately. We've got 2 items there that we could do with getting rid of. So let's build a temporary scrapyard there. And we will build a temporary material depot there. We can move the scrapyard to here. And then again, just so that we're getting stuff done, we'll put in a temporary recycler there. Then we can start putting in some more upgraded plantations. So my plantations are going to go on the edge. So this is all going to be cloth. Now. So we want all of this to be gathering cloth products. So they're going to be farming, not reeds, but whatever it is that we use. I think it's, yeah, fibers. So we're going to plant fiber all the way up to here. We can push that a little bit further as well. Like that. Then keep that as fiber. And it's just going to go right to the top there to fill that in. Then here, we're going to do the same. All the way up to the top. Now, obviously, we have a little bit of an issue there with the power pylon that's in the way. So we'll just make sure that we're cultivating as much of the space as we can. Again, this is all fiber. And then here, more fiber going in. right to the top. And that actually was 100, so that's good. Right, we've got more fibre farms going in there. We can now start demolishing this stuff. I'll just max out the people working in that, so it's, you know, it's a temporary measure, but it will be done nice and quick. We'll add in max workers to the plantations. Then we need to get a trades and crafts set up, and we want the expanded weaving mills. And they're going to go there. And we want to put in some water, so we'll put in a rain collector. We could go with 2 rain collectors, but for now, let's just put in another trades and crafts. We go with another expanded weaving mill, and then we need the tailor. So with tailor's workshop needs cloth and coal. It's got cloth there. It does need coal, but we'll put in more tailor's workshops. Then we want a charcoal kiln, which will go on the edge there. We've got Mike coming in, and he's coming to Riverview. What's going on here? They're going to drop off 100 lots of tools. Then they're going to head over here. That's where I need to put the transformers. And then these guys, they're going to go over to here to defend Riverview. It is slowly starting to come together. Now, water is a problem. Obviously, we need a well or a rain collector. I think a rain collector will be a good idea. So we'll put these just at the back here. Then we need people working in the tailor's workshop. So again, maxing that out. You see our coal and our cloth does dip. So we'll put more people to work in the coal mine. That's done. And then we're also losing cloth. So having a look, we need another expanded weaving mill, which we were going to put in anyway, once this recycle is done. Looking at the stuff that we've got here, there's about 2,000 there. That's 465. I think we want to target it. Now, it's going to take a bit longer, but we want to bring that down as quickly as possible. So we still have destroyed buildings in the wasteland. I don't quite know where my... Oh, no. It hasn't been destroyed, has it? No, it's there. That's fine. There was 2 of them. And we did run out of tools, but that has repaired it for now. We can go back. We should now have a vehicle there, so we can drop off the transformers, which means we can repair that stuff. And then we'll head down here, Crimson Canyon, to do the repairs there. Okay, I think things are looking a little bit better. That will do for now. So Diamond City is growing quite nicely. I'm going to let things run until this scrap is cleared, and when we come back, this industrial area will be complete and finished off. Health has taken a bit of a hit. We are running quite low in terms of how well everybody is, so we need to be very careful with that. I think we're going to need something to kind of change very soon. And that's probably going to be in the form of delivering medicine, because our pharmacy doesn't have any medicine right now. So that's something that we can look to set up when we redo all of our trade routes, which I am planning on doing before we expand into Zone 3. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you for another one. Bye-bye.